All right, I want to ask you about, some of the younger guys, specifically Shakur Stevenson, because the dust has settled on, Shakur's title defense. He's had effectively a week plus of a victory tour / recruitment period. He's met with Oscar De La Hoya. He's met with Eddie Hearn. We saw recently Bob Arum came out and said there's still hope there that they re-sign him. What do you think the best path is for Shakur? He says he wants these big fights. He says he wants unification fights. What do you think the smartest path is for him moving forward?
Well, you got to look at the landscape, and the fighters I know. Look, being a free agent is cool. You can go test the market. You can go see what you can get here and there, but you got to be able to position yourself. You know how these promoters are nowadays, right? They typically fight in house. Now, if the fight makes sense, like to where both promoters can make money, then they'll work together somewhat. However, there's so many networks involved. Don't nobody want to be split networks. Everybody kind of, you want to fight in-house, right? So Shakur, it depends on what he wants. To me, he's after money. I think he's won 3 world titles in 3 different weight classes. He says he wants the undisputed title. There's an opportunity at Top Rank to do that. They've already gave him an offer. I don't know if Top Rank's going to go or move up on it. I'm not sure. But, to me, that's the best option. These people, they're really good with they're really good. They're in bed with your I would say in bed somewhat with your manager. Mm-hmm. They know each other very, very well. The system. They have the fighters there, all the champions, most of the champions except Tank. They have Baranchyk. They have, you're a champion. They have Keyshawn. They have Adola. They have Morataya. They have Lomachenko. They have a lot of guys that you can face at 135 if that's what you want to become, is the undisputed champion. So that makes sense. And then you got to look at Eddie Hearns and what Eddie Hearns can offer. And you say, okay, you can get the money, but are you going to get the fights that you want? The real fights that you want? Eddie will pay you. And you say, and Eddie's probably saying, well, 140 looks a little bit better for me. It looks a little bit better. I got more fish that you can fry at 140 than at 135. If you're willing to come up to 140 and leave 135, then we can make it work. So you got the Conor Benns of the world he can face over there. You got to look at the landscape. Where is this going to lead you? 3 fights from now, who can you going to get me? This guy, how much money I'm going to make? So Shakur has an option. He can just stay with Eddie Hearn, sign with him, get the money, get the bag, have 3 fights that he know he can win, and then he can jump ship and say, all right, now I'm ready to go back to Top Rank and have this fight, 3-fight deal, 4-fight deal, whatever, do that. Or he can say, all right, well, I just want to just test the landscape and just say, you know what? I just want to fight this guy. What would you guys willing to pay me and just be a free agent, similar to what Devin Haney does? Mm-hmm. He can do that as well. So personally, I would say Top Rank is the best suit. And it's not because Top Rank needs them or ESPN needs them or anything like that. No, I'm just saying the money, the opportunity lines up at the end of the day. You got options. See, what's the options at Golden Boy? Who they got?
I think Golden Boy might be the best short-term option because follow me here. Like I actually think, and this is an unknown, but I think Golden Boy is going to have some success getting Zepeda a mandatory shot at Baranchyk. Zepeda's number 1 across all 4 of the major sanctioning bodies. I know that Top Rank is going to fight it. I know that Top Rank has had a lot of success with the WBO over the years, getting what they want out of them. They've got Keyshawn Davis. They want to put him in line for that fight, but Zepeda is a lot more accomplished than Keyshawn, and I know Golden Boy's made some inroads there at trying to get Zepeda that mandatory shot. If they can do that, if they can lock in Zepeda against Baranchyk, I think Zepeda beats Baranchyk. I think he's a better fighter than Baranchyk. You sign Shakur, you give him a fight, right? Say it's Oscar Duarte, a kind of a physical 135-pounder at a title defense. And then you set up in early 2025, Zepeda against Shakur in a unification fight. And I think that, Tim, is one of the best fights you can make in the lower weight classes. That is a incredible clash of styles with the activity of Zepeda versus the accuracy and defense of Shakur Stevenson. I don't know how you feel about it, but I think that's as close to 50-50 as you get. I've seen a lot of Zepeda. You've done a lot of fights with Shakur. I don't know which way I'd go if that fight actually happened. Now, it would take a pile of money from Golden Boy to do that, and I'm not sure they're willing to invest. I saw Oscar have some statements just this week.
Clap back. What is it? Clap
back Thursday. I don't know what this clap on camera. I don't know what this stuff is. But I would say this, Tim, like if you sign with Eddie Hearn, in a way it's kind of signing on to face a guy like Zepeda because they're all under the same umbrella and they're all doing the same kind of deals under the DAZN umbrella. So if he's looking for a short-term deal, signing one of those 2 or 3 fight deals where the second fight includes a unification fight or potential unification fight with William Zepeda, I think that is his best chance to make the kind of fights he wants in the short term.
Yeah, I mean, he has options. It just depends on if he wants the long haul or he wants the short haul. I think that every promoter in the game, they have something for him. Even Oscar, I mean, he has Garcia. Ryan Garcia. I mean, that's a huge fight down the line.
And what I know weight Garcia, would that be?
147, because he ain't making no 140. But I mean, I think Shakur will be willing to go up to 147 for the money, and he feels he's skillful enough to be able to avoid that left hook of Ryan Garcia. So I mean, that's an option as well. It just depends on what he's looking for. That's it. I mean, if he's looking for money, you got to put yourself in a situation where you can maximize the most money. And it can be short term. And if you're looking for belts, you know where you gotta go. And if you're looking for marquee fights, where you gotta go. A marquee fight, regardless of Ryan Garcia and he hasn't won a world championship or not, that he's the money. He's one of the money guys at 140 pounds or 147 pounds. So, you want to put yourself in position to be able to face a guy like that. So you got Virgil Ortiz, another 54-pounder. I mean, who else can he fight? They just got to just look and see what each stable has and then pick and choose their poison at the end of the day.
Ryan's out there throwing grenades at kind of the wrong people. Like Virgil Ortiz, I don't think that goes well for him. Caleb Plant, I don't know if that goes well for him either. Like there's a lot of smoke Ryan's asking for that may be a little too far to ultimately go.
Yeah, I mean, the kid he's gonna say and do. I mean, he knows he's the ultimate manipulator on social media. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to get the attention to folks, man, and that's the reason why he has so many followers. So, but yeah, I like Shakur's options. He definitely should weigh his options. I know that Golden Boy said yesterday that he wasn't interested because he said any fighter that says that they don't give a shit about the fans, he was just like, I'm not interested. So, I don't know how true that is. However, I know that he doesn't want Zepeda to fight Shakur. I know that for a fact. He does not want Zepeda to fight Shakur Stevenson. And I can't stand that, man. I have a hard time with that. I understand you as a promoter have an obligation to be able to somewhat protect your fighter and get him the right fights to be able to, to maximize, your investment and get a title and so on and so forth. But man, like, I didn't fucking get that treatment, man. I didn't get that. I had to fucking go to England for $45,000, bro, and face Junior Witter, who was the second baddest man at 140 pounds, bro. Like, I didn't get that luxury, I didn't get that protection. Oh no, we're gonna go a different route. We're gonna go face this guy over here. This Hatton didn't even want to face Junior Witter. That's how tough he was. He never wanted to, and they lived in the same country. So like, man, so when I look at this, I just go, man, it's soft. I don't like it. You have an opportunity. However, he does have options. I get that. He has options. However, there's a guy that's willing to face him right now, and I know it's Shakur. Shakur will face him right now.
Look, if they can get the Baranchi fight, if they're sure of it, I would probably take that first. But if they can't, you got to go with the purse bid. You've got to proceed and get this fight done. It's probably a $5 million fight total, which would get Shakur 3.5, close to 4. Zepeda more than $1 million, be a high payday for him. You got to take it. If the opportunity is there, bird in the hand, you got to take that opportunity ultimately when it comes.